What is going on, guys? Today we've got centre back Cannavaro. He is 91 rated. He's got a double playstyle plus of acrobatic and aerial. So I don't know. I just think acrobatic. They know what they're doing. He just doesn't need it. But he has got the 3-star. He is now 83 pace. We'll have a look between the difference between them. Can play right back as well. So there is a potential position for him there. Stat-wise, pace, 86 acceleration, 80 sprint speed. I mean, you're going to whack a shadow or something on him anyway. Composure 85, agility balance is very good for a centre-back. So it means you could potentially look at a right-back with him still. Defending is absolutely class, as we know. Even the physicality is decent enough. So we have got... What does it actually do? Performs volleys with significant accuracy. I was going to say, I didn't know if there was a double meaning to it, like... Maybe in aerial defensive challenges is good. I know that is technically what aerial is, but I didn't know if acrobatic had a second meaning to it for defenders, because realistically, he's not a striker. He's not somebody that I'm going to have in the box consistently. Like, what, he's 5'9"? Yeah, 5'9". I just think it's a bit of a waste, if I'm being honest. We have got slide tackle, anticipate, intercept, and block as the other playstyles. I just really wish he had an anticipate as the playstyle plus. That could have really boosted this card. Now the question is, how expensive is he? 91 rated, so he's gone up a couple of ratings, definitely. His previous version, we are looking at an 89. So it's a good upgrade from him, to be fair. You've got 3 pace, you got 1 defending, standard, 2 physical, gained a decent amount of dribbling, looking like a +5, 5 on the composure. I mean, it's a good upgrade. Now, the question is, how expensive is it? Because I haven't looked at that yet. Let's have a look at this SBC, because that could really hold whether he's actually worth it or is just a throw in the bin. We have got 6 SBCs, so that's a good start. We're seeing that with Rijkaard and Thingy and with Shevchenko. Bronze and silver, standard. We've got an 81. Starting an 85 times as well. Ooh. So we're looking at the minimum of about 400, I'm going to say. I'm pretty sure these two together a couple of days ago was about 3 to 350. Then I'm assuming a team of the week 85. You're looking at about a 400 at a minimum, I think. Yeah, I'd assume, because normally you'd have like an 84, 85, 86. That would be a relatively cheaper one. But the 88, I'm pretty sure, is coming in at about a 150. Just one team of the week. I mean, it's definitely not the worst SBC you could be doing, but... I just think that playstyle plus is going to ruin him. We'll soon see. Let's jump in anyway and see what he can do. So he's actually coming in at about 367, judging to footbin at the moment, chemistry style wise. So we've got 2 options really. You could either go with the Shadow or Anchor. They're going to be the best 2. The Shadow is going to give you 91 pace, 98 defending, turns him into a 93 rated centre back. Anchor would go with 87, 98 and 90. And again, he'd be a 95 rated centre-back. So, you've got the options. It's pretty much just judging whether a +4 pace is going to be more important than 5 on the physicality. I'm gonna go, personally, with a Shadow to start with. I do like the overall, obviously, going with the Anchor. But I think the pace is going to be very key with him here. Especially when he doesn't have... a really defensive playstyle plus either. Are you looking for gift cards, game keys and more? Head over to U7Buy for a variety of cards you can get today. From PSN, Steam, all the way to Xbox. With huge amounts of price variations. Check the link in the description for cheap, reliable digital cards for you right now. Now I'm very interested to see what he can actually do for us here, because... normally with... oh, that'd have been a great intercept. The normal kind of thing with Cannavaro is he may not be the tallest centre-back in the world, but he's got the pace, the agility is normally on a decent level, and then tackling-wise is normally pretty good still. Now we've got the introductions of these playstyle pluses that maybe are not like absolutely everything. Like there's going to be cards that are of a certain level without them, but... I just think they're going to become very, very important when you don't have them. Aerial's going to be a perfect one. That is definitely going to be a phenomenal one to make him at least semi... is he offside? Oh, that's a great ball. We've charged the keeper. It doesn't matter. Aerial's going to be brilliant for his size, and that was always the perfect thing with his base. Because he has not necessarily got much height, he's going to make up for that factor with the aerial plus being better at them duels in the air. There it is. He's watching that ball. Good work. To be honest, anybody will look fantastic next to VVD. So there is a bit of a cheat code in that, and VVD is literally like 50k. So if you wanted to, you could easily get both of these and have no problem. He's just unbelievable. That is how good the VVD effect is. He just, oh my, nearly left foot going on the Trivella. But I must admit, it's more the disappointment of being able to have a second playstyle plus, knowing that aerial is probably one of the perfect ones for him, and then not getting it any better. Like, even a slide tackle would be much, much better than acrobatic. Like, I get it if it was a Cannavaro shapeshifter that went... Did he make that block as well? It would have been better if it was like a shapeshifter that turned into a striker, then fair enough. But the fact that this is just a normal centre-back, I just don't know where they were going with this. And to be honest, I was really excited about Cannavaro's card because we've not had one this year, and he's always kind of had decent cards going into it. Great challenge from him this time, though. That is exactly what we want. And really, he's got to kind of put up with a Maldini. Is he going to get it? Why did I go for the finesse? And away. Deal with it. Nice. Good play from him. I want to see something with him. What's his kind of ball like? He is right-footed, as we know. I'm half and half with him. I always like Cannavaro in game. I feel like he just does the business, has the tackles, everything you need from... Oh, everything you need from a centre-back. So, if you haven't got a centre-back... Oh, no, I've kind of overran my mark here. Is he going to... That's a great catch-up. Is he going to... Oh, he's not going to get it. Why did he try the chip? I mean, that was... I should have really swapped by the person that was closer, but, I mean, did enough to get back. That is exactly what we want, but I must admit, when we're looking at different centre-backs now, we've already got so many top-end that I'm like, if you haven't got one, then fair enough, he might be worth a look in, but realistically, get that tackle, good block from him. If you haven't got one, then fair enough, I feel like he might be worth an option. I don't know. Get that block. Somebody get that block. I don't know how many centre-backs are even in SBCs at the moment. I don't think there's many. So you've kind of got slim pickings there. I know Maldini's gone. Virgil Gold is always going to be the shout for number one. So that's already one centre-back sorted. So having that second, if you haven't got an Evolution, a Maldini, anybody worth mentioning, then fair enough. Good tackle again. And he gets butted by Virgil. I'm giving you praise here. Cannavaro step in. He's going to look across. Putellas. Nice. Good work from him. He was there anyway, I must admit. Watching Jarzinho in the middle there. Lovely stuff. Give it over to him. Go for a bit of... Oh, okay. I suppose that could be classed... that could be classed as acrobatic. So, I suppose we found a semi-use for it. This is where we need Cannavaro, isn't it, really? Get the ball in the cross. We're looking for a bit of acrobatics from him. I just don't... I mean, I don't know necessarily all of Cannavaro's career, but I've never really known him to be acrobatic. Like, aerial, fair enough. Like, kind of in the air. His height didn't ever weigh him down in terms of being a centre-back. So, I guess that's something... Oh, that is woeful. Is he going to... Oh, he's done me. He's absolutely done me, and he's slotted it badly. Is he lengthy as well? That's the one thing that we do need to check, because with obviously agility balance, sometimes the more agile centre-backs tend to not be as lengthy. You might find like controlled or mostly lengthy, but not fully. Good little play. Can we go for a little ball over the top? Nice. This is what I mean, and this is the problem. Like I really expected Cannavaro to be... Not necessarily take out the top of the top, because I don't think he was ever going to be the next expensive centre-back. But, do you know, at least kind of he puts himself in the mid-tier of kind of the cards. And I think he's semi-done it because he is a good card, but the playstyle pluses, the kind of attributes, are only a semi-upgrade to what he actually should be. Good play out. It was there for the taking. Knew full well which position he needed to be in there. Oh, he's got a 2 to deal with here. One's coming across. Does enough. Does enough to keep him. Oh no, across goal. Excellent saving. Beautiful work. And it's the whole back line as well. It's why I don't really tend to like to have one good card in the team. You've got to have a good basis. Otherwise, one is only as good as really what you could shake a stick at. They're not going to win you the game massively. If you've got a terrible keeper, terrible right back, but incredible left back and centre backs, they're only going to get you so far. Good block. Took it to the face. So going into the overall, getting a good feel for him. I think he's decent. He may not be number one, and I can 100% guarantee that. He is definitely not going to be the best centre-back in the game. We know that for a fact. In terms of the SBC then, 190 in fact, a little bit higher than I thought. So basically about 300 between the two, 56. So it's give or take. So yeah, about 350 to 400. That is kind of what you're looking at this market. It may inflate, may deflate. I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know how much it could go up. But in terms of centre-backs then, we've got a lot of option. And I think this year more than ever, it feels like we've got just a constant upgrade of them. Team of the Year Virgil, Team of the Year Renard, two of the best centre-backs, especially playing centre-backs in the game. I'd then look at Maldini's, I'd look at Yashin's. Rio is phenomenal. Matthias I like as a centre-mid, even though you can play him as centre-back. I probably wouldn't. Carlos Alberto, any version of Virgil, to be honest. You could go literally with gold, still fine. Then you're looking at Cannavaro. So he would be in the mix. Let's have a look at price tag of where he's kind of going, because it's a decent price. That's the one thing I do like. He's a good centre-back. May not be the top, but he's a good centre-back for a very reasonable price. We're looking at Company. So Company's a big shout there with his lower version. So we're going under Varane, under Saliba, Ramos, Rudiger. Who are we sitting around then? So we've got Varane's in form. I'd probably put him above. Varane is very meta regardless, so that just is a Varane mechanic in himself. And Anticipate is going to play a big factor. That is going to be the biggest thing with him, is he doesn't have the playstyle plus, the double especially, to warrant being next level. Like, even if he got something like Intercept, rather than the Acrobatic, we could be arguing at a different card here. Slide Tackle would have been different. Even Bruiser. I think Acrobatic is just so far away from what we actually want. Everybody wants Anticipate as a number one. Aerial, always great. The fact that he's got double and they're still not using him is going to be a big L for what he's actually achieving here. We've got Ledley King, Blanc. Again, it depends on what you warrant Anticipate actually doing in comparison to the stats. I think it's a very good playstyle, plus it adds that extra layer. And I do think with the aerial, that's kind of one layer. So you've kind of got the comparison between the two. It's just the second one that is rendered useless. So once we start getting a Blanc with a double playstyle, a Ledley King with a double, that's when really we have to ask the question of, is he just a low double playstyle plus card? At the minute, seems alright, because double is very hard to get. It's not on absolutely everybody yet, but it's definitely getting there. Within the next two promos, we're going to have a lot of cards that are viable as a buying option or an SBC option that we can actually use. So if I would put him, I'd probably say Saliba's on top of him, to be honest. Saliba's a phenomenal centre-back that just doesn't get using. In terms of Puyol, I do like Puyol, but I think I'd probably take Cannavaro. I think even in games, regardless of playstyle pluses, he definitely is a better centre-back. So he's probably in a reasonable zone. The SBC itself is very cheap. You could definitely get that done for very little time at all. Overall-wise, I'd be looking somewhere between an 8 and a very lenient 9. I think in terms of tackling, in terms of physicality, you go with the Shadow or the Hunter, you're going to get a very good centre-back regardless. I'd just take away your look for the Playstyle Plus, because the agility balance is going to add something. That's what I wanted to see. Yeah, so he isn't actually lengthy. That could sway your mind as well. That is a big factor when it comes to a centre-back. You need to have that. The lengthy element is probably why Di Natale was racing away, where we're not getting quicker over time. So that is going to be something as well that you'd look in. Maybe a right-back could be a shout for him. Whether I'd probably still go Shadow for the right-back. That, again, is not going to be a bad one. But, again, is he going to consistently go over somebody with no pass in there? Dribbling-wise, maybe fine. Ball control is okay at best. I think, if anything, maybe a 5-back could suit him. I don't think a 3-back by any means, but a 5-back could be the way to go for him. So let me know down below what you think. I like the card. I just think it's underwhelming for Cannavaro, if I'm being brutally honest. But let me know down below your thoughts, and catch you all for the next one. Peace.